Hi you guys, this is take two. I tried to record this last night and it came out sideways, so we'll see what happens. If you guys saw the previous video, I ordered some hair from AliExpress. I did finish the wig. I ordered 3 bundles of Virgin Brazilian natural wave, and I got 20-inch, 22-inch, and 24-inch, and then it came with a 16-inch closure in Brazilian body wave. So I put it on a cap. I made a full wig with the lace closure, and this is it. I did co-wash it. I used the VO5 clarifying conditioner to co-wash it. And after that, all I did was spray it with a water bottle with a little bit of conditioner in it. Regular conditioner, not leave-in or anything. And then I put a little bit of this Garnier Fructis Sleek and Shine serum on it. So, to talk about the cap really quickly, I did mine on a spandex dome cap the second time. The first time that I did this, like the night that I unboxed it, I went ahead and put it on a cap. And I tried to use the deluxe multi-use weaving cap. This sucks so bad. Like, I thought it was going to be cool. I don't even know if I have the cap still. I might have thrown it away. But it was, if I find it, I'll show you guys in another video. But it looks just like this, where it has the space for your ears. On the side tabs, it has a little bendy thing in, like a normal wig where you can bend it in to fit your head. So I thought this would be really cool. It has the adjustable straps at the back. But this cap is not stretchy whatsoever. It's one size fits all. The size you get is the size it is. It doesn't stretch. And it just felt weird. And then my spacing was off. My sister got this same hair, but she did a regular sew-in, and in order to get all that hair to fit, we doubled the wefts. And this time I tried to double the wefts on this cap, and it was not enough hair. So I took the hair off the cap, and yesterday, the day after I did this one, I sewed it onto a spandex dome cap, and that works perfectly. I highly recommend this cap because it fits so good. And yeah, it just says spandex dome cap by King J. This is what the package looks like. It was like $1.99, and I got a black one. So I know some people sew these onto their mannequin head, but I didn't want to risk that and it be the wrong size, because usually when I make my U-part wigs, I do a shower cap, then the dome cap, and I just glue and cut the tracks. But this is my first time having like expensive track hair. I've ordered expensive lace wigs before, but this was the first time having expensive track hair, and I didn't want to cut and glue it. So my boyfriend let me use him to sew on. Don't tell anyone. So yeah, I just put the spandex dome cap on his head, and then I sewed the closure down first, and then I went in with the hair. So I'm going to show you guys the cap, and it fits perfectly. So I just knew it had to be a human size head with no hair so that the thread wouldn't catch their hair. So he worked out perfectly. Thanks, babe. So I don't know if you wanted me to tell you guys, but whatever. So it's on the spandex dome cap, and I did sew this into a side part. That's another thing. When I started on the other cap, I did a middle part. My forehead's too big for that. So I decided I'm going to keep it as a side part. So the closure is centered on the side, not in the middle. So I sewed this on the side, and then I sewed in all of the tracks. I do have a elastic band in here. I don't need it because this dome cap fits so good. And all I did was cut the dome cap from under the cap when I was done. I have I have 3 side combs. I don't think I have the package still for the side combs, but it says side combs in it, and they look like this. And you just sew it to where the curved side will conform to your head. So there's one, it'll be one like up here, and then one on the side. Because I don't have hair on this side, I'll show you guys my braid pattern in a second. And one at the back. And yeah, the tracks are just sewed onto this cap. So I'm going to show you guys how I install it. I'm actually headed out for work after I finish this. And I just kept it on my wig head last night. So I'll show you guys my braid pattern and how I put it on. And I think the knots come lightly bleached from the company, so I haven't bleached them or anything, but I did put a little bit of foundation on my closure. So I just left out this little bit of baby hair right here on purpose when I did my braids. And this is where my shave side is. I'm trying to let it grow out. Like, it's pinchable now, but feels like that's growing in slowly. So I did a side part of my hair, and then I just did braids going down this way and braids going over this way, and I connected the braids each time I did a new one. I made sure to have a braid going across the back for that back comb, and then the rest of these are just braided down. I'm using a brown stocking cap because this doesn't really matter because I'm lining it up with my real part. I put it behind these braids first, and I tuck all my loose ends together. You can sew them up if you want to, but I like having my ends loose for if I need to redo a braid or something like that. So I make sure I have some part open, and then I tuck in the rest of my braid wherever I need to. Okay, so have my cap like that. That's all the hair I have left out. I'm taking my wig, and let me scoot back so you guys can see. And this elastic band is sewed to the lace. I didn't want to put it on here on the cap part and make it more bulky. So it's just sewed right where the lace starts to be connected to the cap. And what you do is you hold the wig out like you're about to put it on someone else's head, and you just kind of flip the lace back like this. And I try to line it up with my part, and I put the elastic band around my head, and it goes around to the base of my braids, and then I just flip the cap back onto my head. And this cap fits so perfectly. Like, it doesn't even need combs, but since I don't have hair on both sides, that just makes me feel better to have a comb. So just pull the cap down over your braids. And I don't put the combs in until I line up my part perfectly. Okay, so I'm going in to line up my part. Just line up the part in the closure to your natural part right there. And then I'm going to put in my side comb. Just tuck it into my braid that's there on the side. Okay. And then I'm going to attach this comb in the front. And the elastic band is right there. I tucked the comb under my braid and under the elastic band also. And this cap is not going anywhere. Make sure it's pulled on my head good. Tuck that comb in. Okay. And then you tuck in the back comb. Make sure it's pulled down everywhere, secure. Okay, so I have everything tucked in. There's a comb right here. Oh, and after I finished the wig, I had just a piece of hair about this long. I cut the piece of hair in half, and underneath my cap, I sewed it where the comb is, so that when you lift up the hair, you don't see the comb. Okay? So, let me run and get my foundation and a brush. I'll be right back. Sorry. Okay, my bad, but I'm using my phone and I can't pause it and restart it. So the foundation that I used on my part is the Maybelline Super Stay foundation, and just a tiny little angled brush. Let me see here. And all I did was line up the part, and I did tweeze this part. Not a lot, I just took tweezers and plucked it until I thought it matched the same width as my natural part because it was a little full. But that's all I did to the part. And I'm just going to take whatever's in the cap. Just dab a little. And this is my exact skin tone. It's not lighter than my skin. To me, the ones that are lighter than my skin looked weird. And I'm just going to tap this on that line. Tap a little on my skin. Tap a little on the line. And I'm just tapping it. And then I tap over with my finger. Okay. Just like that. I hope you guys can see. And that makes it blend really, really good. And with these baby hairs that are out, I'm just going to brush them off to the side. I kind of like how they're laying. And you can use edge control or whatever you want to use, but to me, it doesn't bother me. And that's just little baby hairs that I left out, no other hair. Last night, before I put this wig on the mannequin head, all I did was, and it was cheap conditioner, just this spray bottle, and it had like 2 squirts of Suave for colored hair, the rosemary, I think it's in a green bottle in here, and I just sprayed it down really good. Not drenched wet, but you know, wet enough to activate the curl. And then I went back in with a pump of this in my hand and just kind of squeezed it on the hair so it can kind of prevent frizz. My sister has this same hair, and she said that it does frizz up a bit if you're in really hot weather or whatever. I haven't trimmed this hair or anything. This is just the shortest length, either the 16-inch closure or the 20-inch hair. So I haven't trimmed anything. This is the natural state of the hair. I'll show you guys how long it is, if I can. So this is all of the hair pulled to the front. The longest length is 24 inches. Okay, I'm 5'8", and if you were to pull it out straight, like this is where my pants are. You pull it out straight, that's where the longest length goes. And then curly, it goes just under the boob. Okay. And then this is how long it is. Okay, but I love it. And this is my first time ever sewing onto a cap. And I don't know what I would have did without my boyfriend because he made it fit perfectly, letting me use his head. So yeah, find somebody who doesn't have any hair, like no hair, because it'll get caught. The thread will get caught on the hair. So yeah, and that way you get a perfect fit. I'll try to zoom in really close on my closure so you guys can see it's laying down super flat. I watched a billion videos before I tried this, and I'm really happy I went with the side part. So yeah, I love it. I'm not used to having hair this long. I've never had hair. The longest hair that I've had was 18 inches. So this will be an adjustment, and that's 18 inches straight. This is really long and curly. So I love it. If you have any questions or comments or concerns, just let me know, and I will see you guys in the next video, okay? Bye.